The Golden State Warriors have just finessed the NBA. And what do I mean by this? I mean that they just picked someone up who is so under the radar, but a future star, maybe even a future MVP. And their developmental staff has made many players superstars, such as Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. And this player that they just signed is going to be the next one in this line. He's going to be a better version of Jordan Poole for the Warriors, and alongside future MVP Kuminga, this duo might be the next 1-2 punch of the league. Who am I talking about? I am, of course, talking about Lester Quinones. And in case you guys don't know him, that's what this video is for. And if you do already know him, well, in this video, I'm going to reveal some shocking statistics and facts that will lead you to believe that this Warriors team has quite a bright future. Let's dive right in. Basically, what happened is that on Tuesday, February 20th, the Warriors converted two-way guard Lester Quinones to a standard NBA contract. First off, Lester Quinones was G League Most Improved Player in 2023 after going undrafted in 2022, and this season in the big leagues, he's averaged 5 points per game, along with 2 assists and a rebound. Solid numbers and very limited minutes because he's only averaging 7 minutes per game. And putting those numbers up in only 7 minutes is quite the impressive feat. If this was per 36, he would be averaging more than 25 points, more than 10 assists, and more than 5 rebounds, which is very impressive. Even though I doubt that those numbers would directly translate, they can in a short period of time. And you know why I say that? Because Lester Quinones has the players that he can mold around, just like Jordan Poole did. In case you guys don't remember, Jordan Poole was drafted 29th in the 2019 NBA draft, and honestly, he was not good. He went to the G League for a few years. He became the most improved G League player. Does that sound familiar to anyone? Yeah, it does, because Lester Quinones just got that. And then when Jordan Poole was sent up to the big leagues, to the Golden State Warriors, not the Santa Cruz Warriors, he immediately popped off. He started playing amazingly, and that was because he had Steph Curry mentoring him. When the greatest point guard of all time is your mentor, you're going to become pretty good. And Jordan Poole was literally the piece that allowed the Warriors to win that 2022 NBA championship. A lot of people forget how good he used to be because of how much he sucks now, but he used to be a very, very solid player. And honestly, Lester Quinones is his comparison on this current Warriors team. Now, to all of you Dominicans out there, Lester Quinones is one of 4 Dominican players on standard contracts in the entire NBA. The other 3 are, and wait for it guys, because this puts him in some pretty elite company. Chris Duarte, okay, that one's bad, but Al Horford and Cat. That is some good company to be in. I mean, Al Horford is a great player with good longevity, and Cat just dropped 50 in the All-Star game. He is undoubtedly a great player. The month of February, Lester Quinones averaged 7.1 points per game and 3.7 rebounds per game on 39% shooting from the three-point line. And those are really, really good numbers for a guy who, as I've said, doesn't get that many minutes per night. But as his minutes are increasing, his role with the Dubs is increasing too. On the floor, you just see his amazing effort. You see how good of a player he can be and how much he really cares about the game. Because, you know, it's not every day that you meet a player that cares about the game. And the ones who do care are the ones who will do best. I mean, Kobe once said that if he didn't have his passion for the game, he would never be as good. And I feel like the same would be for Lester Quinones. I mean, from going undrafted to a starting spot on the biggest franchise in the NBA is pretty darn impressive. And since we're halfway through the video, I've got to ask you guys to please like the video because it helps me out so much. Alright, let's get right back into it. Lester Quinones might just be the NBA's biggest hidden talent because although he doesn't put up insane numbers, his player efficiency index is 6.5. And that ranks above some stars in today's league, such as Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson. At least for a guard, 6.5 is very, very good. Now, if we look at games this season that Leicester has played more than 16 minutes in, we have a pretty recurring trend going on. 27 minutes against the Pacers in a win. 19 minutes against the Suns in a win. 16 minutes against the Jazz, a win. 16 minutes against Utah again, another win. Guys, it might be misleading when you look at how many points he puts up. Only about 6 a night on the nights that he plays a ton. But once you look at the plus minus, it's a completely different story. He is in the positives almost every single game. And even in losses, like the loss that happened on Valentine's Day against the Clippers, where the Warriors lost by a good amount of points, he was only a -1. So that's better than the rest of the team. Now for the Warriors' future, because you pair a guy who has as bright as a future as Lester Quinones, and you put him with Moses Moody and, of course, everyone's favorite young NBA star, Jonathan Kuminga. Kuminga's been averaging 20 points in the last month. He's been absolutely stellar. While Moses Moody has just been consistently good for this Dubs team. He hasn't been great, but he's been good. He's had flashes of what he could be, and he has definitely evolved his game over time, improving. And Jonathan Kuminga will also only improve. You throw these three young guys together along with Brandon Pajemski, who has showed leadership, and Trace Jackson Davis, you have a new starting five for this Warriors Death Lineup 2.0. Guys, this might be crazy to say so early, but this is the future of this Warriors team. You're going to have the starters, Steph, CP3, Klay, Draymond, and Wiggins. Then off the bench, you have the young Death Lineup 2.0. Jonathan Kuminga, Trace Jackson Davis, Lester Quinones, Brandon Pajemski, and Moses Moody. It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. The NBA is going to be reeling in shock when this happens because no one was expecting this. No one was expecting a little kid from the Dominican Republic to be able to form his way onto an NBA contract. Weighing in at only 200 pounds and 6'3", he's undersized, but the Warriors have proven that they can work with undersized guards, as we can see with Steph Curry. This team has a great future, and if you agree, please like the video because it helps me out a ton, and I want to see more people know about the Lester Quinones story. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.